Hello, and this is the Revolutionary Radio Show. Today I want to talk about some weird things going on in the night skies that most people aren't even awake to look at. Last night as I was awake this morning as I was awake around 3 to 4 a.m., I was outside. I saw weird mystical objects out there. Some that for sure were UFOs. Wish I would have had my camera out at the moment to get them. But the others, they were strange aircrafts. For sure US. But strange aircrafts. No sound at all. Maybe about 10 to 20 feet above houses. Something that just had no sound. I've heard helicopters. I've seen B-52s. I've seen all sorts of things. But it was just strange how this had no sound at all. No apparent noise at all. More lights than I've ever seen a plane have on it. And this thing was out in the sky. We've all heard of the Aurora and the theories of the US spacecraft that's just fastest spacecraft in the world and all that stuff, and I believe it, don't get me wrong. Our government hides so many things, it's ridiculous. But last night as it was flying over, it flew over one time going southward, then it flew back over coming northward, and as it did, as it flew by me and I saw it in the sky, I felt like it saw me. A bright light turned on right at me and like just slowed down in midair, and this thing like no sound at all. Remember what I'm saying now. No sound at all. The most quiet that I've ever heard any aircraft ever before in my life. That's what it was. When it did that too, about 20 to 30 minutes later, there was a weird mist on the ground. A very potent smell of something. And I just got a news update on Godlike Productions, Alex Jones, and a couple of posts on the internet of blogger and things that HS2 is actually coming out of the fault line. Hydrogen sulfide. Dangerous, very, very dangerous. Something that most people out there have no idea about or care less about. I'm just saying though that like strange things are going on, people. You need to open your eyes, you need to protect your house, you need to protect your families, your animals, whatever you can. Protect it and be ready. It was just so sudden of last night. After I saw Jupiter, Orion's belt, and the constellations moving over the sky's night, I saw another object appear in the distance over the east, heading towards like Delaware, Virginia area. I'm in Missouri based, but I saw this in like over in that area, moving this way towards the western area, over Missouri, over the fault line. And as it did, it sat there, and this object it's under the atmospheric zone. It's just sitting there. On my other radio show that we were talking about earlier, this thing it's just massive. I don't know what else to say about it. It's something in my life that I can't wait to see, but I'm kind of terrified to think who they are, or what their abilities are if they're here and they're just sitting there. I saw it for so long sitting there, and as a period of time over 10 minutes, the object moved in the air so far up in the sky. I know the rotation of the planet and the time changes and the shifts, but as none of the other constellation moved and this object moves, very different, for sure UFO. Just kind of frightened me last night. I wanted to get this out to people out there. If you're living anywhere in Missouri, Kansas City, St. Louis, anywhere down south of here, Memphis, Arkansas, watch out. Something strange is going on. We all know that this is not breaking information. This is old stuff, but it's coming. For sure, stranger activity in the night sky. If you have enough courage or anything, stay out at night. Stay probably till 2, 3, 4 in the morning, and you'll see the strangest things in the sky you would ever imagine. I mean, it's cold one night, next day it's warmer than summer day, it's cold again. The degree temperature changing, a 30 to 40 degree temperature change is so hardcore. I mean, how is that possible? I know that we're going into the galactic alignment. I know the sun is changing. But these other things that are coming into play, these distant objects that are coming into view, I think they're pulsars, and I think they're dwarf stars, and they're causing fluctuations of the planet to be just so massive, so enormous on how the actual fraction is. Every day I wake up and I just feel like something's going to happen, you know. Everybody would say, oh geez, he's a conspiracist, he thinks that. But I don't. It's just, I feel as if we're being lied to, like the media is hiding something very, very big going on. And it's just, we haven't been able to catch on to it yet. All I can say to people is just open your eyes, guys, you know, get out there, look around, see everything, look at people's faces, see the mystic in people's faces. It's not normal. It's not strange. I'm happy for all the situations of people who stand up and become revolutionary speakers. Pardon me. It's just, how are we all so afraid to confront these things? We need to confront these things. They can't sit there and rule and control our life our whole life. No. In my life, I will stand for true nature, and I will stand for true law, justice amongst men and women who honor and have discipline and moral and mentality above all. We shall be the new world, and we shall let them know this. They won't scare us with the guns, laws, things evacuating our laws, taking away our freedoms. Nothing will happen like this. For the fact that they can justify the dishonest and actually devour the honest is sad. But on this whole subject of all what I saw last night, it was just strange. It was like after I saw the object, a U.S. spacecraft comes into play, watching me as I watch it, watching it as I watch it. So it was like a whole scenario gameplay of this. And I live in a place to where it's outside of town. Not going to tell you where I'm at, but outside of town. It's just scary to think that something in this vicinity could be going on. Very weird. I mean, chemtrails, all this other stuff that's been said about, the New Madrid fault line, the hydrogen sulfide, it's just all coming into play into a weird thing. Biochemical weapons, people. Listen to me. Do not stay outside at night very long. Burn wood outside, which the CO2, the carbon burning, actually it destabilizes whatever chemicals they're trying to spray across the ground. Do not distinguish yourself from being a true American, from being a true civilian in society of the human earth. We have to stand taller than this. So fight back with me as I speak to you. Fight back against the evil forces at bay. We know that today in our general society, media lies and propagates everything they say. Media falsifies everything they say. Well, let's stop that. Let's start getting our own radio shows posted up on here, updating people on the real information that's going around all around the cities and everything. Keep statuses updated, Facebook, Godlike Productions, Blogger, media sites. Go on there and keep posting them. If they take them down, you repost them. You show them that you are the better civilian than they are. Show them that the truth is out there and that we do need to know, as Fox Mulder says. But in sense, we have to stand up. All these strange anomalies that are happening aren't normal. So don't try to go on about your daily life thinking I'm going to go to work and everything's going to be okay every day. No. This is 2012, everybody. 2012 was predicted by the Mayans, and now all these strange things are happening in the sky, the ground, governments. So many things happening that we have to stand up. We are 7 billion strong. 7 billion strong. Compared to 100 to maybe 200 people who have force over power with money. No. We can stand taller. We can prove to them that we can self-sustain this earth. So I tell you again, do you stand for the righteous, or do you stand for the money-hungry people? Because in my life, I will stand for the righteous. Poverty was not sought. It was not brung upon us because we asked it. Poverty was brung upon us because leaders who thought it would be funny to play with us like it was a chessboard. But now the realization that people are figuring out how to change that, it's sad to them. It's sad because they're afraid. Now since they're afraid, they want to poison us. They want to try to do so many things, making people disappear. They think it's that way. But in my senses, I tell you, don't be afraid. When that day comes, it's time to fight. A civil war will break out in the United States because of this difference in society. We have government and rich people who have no understanding of how poverty is and how truly it is in the streets to see what's going on. And then you have the poor people, the poverty. You have them trying to understand why the rich people have so much money in their bank accounts and they don't give a cent away. Now we hear of some rich people actually giving half their fortunes away. But how much of the media do you think that's a lie to cover up what they really don't want to tell you? All I can say is the moralistic view in this is sad. It's so sad. When I say that, as we could use a biblical reference as this, when Jesus returns, which he will, when he returns, he's going to be very sad and very angry at what's been going on. The differences that we've caused amongst the people. There's so many religious bases, the currency bases, how we've boarded up all the countries. Freedom was sought to be a peaceful way of prosperity. To become a Puritan race, we have to figure out how to have peace with each other, to where our common bonds hold us together no matter what stress or disorder we come about. We become one. That is what the new world will be. Not New World Order, but the new world. So I say again, will you stand with the Revolutionary Radio Show? Will you stand with Anonymous, Occupy Wall Street? Will you stand with all these people, activists and extremists that they call terrorists, trying to use the Patriot Act against them? Will you stand against them to let them know no more will be done? They're worried about different states in the United States because of guns and things like that, prosecuting because the fact is, they are worried because they are unmanned and unarmed. So on that factor, let me tell you, we will stand stronger. We will see a prosperity point. We will become a Puritan race. This is the radio show. Shortcut exclusive. Out.